Hey everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope you're all having a great week as we are, what are we, middle of April, I guess? Um, which I guess means tax time, right? Coming up in a few days here. So put that aside. Hopefully that's never a fun time. But this week we're going to talk about some things that are going on in the sort of commercial real estate markets. And I'm sure if you're out there and you've seen this, you see what's going on. And there's been just uncertainty in the markets, and I think for a couple of reasons. We talked about this a little bit, I think, last week or the week before, and one is the debt markets have tightened because of the sort of uncertainty in the market in general and in the banking industry. I mean, things have kind of gone a little nutty in the banking industry, and so with the foreclosures, and as a result, the debt has tightened, the credit has tightened. In addition to that, you have the Fed continuing to raise interest rates. So it's really put, or it's going to put some commercial real estate property owners into a tight spot, especially if you're somebody that bought on, short-term debt and is looking to refinance, and there just may not be refinance options out there. So this week we're kind of talking about what do you do if you can't refinance? And in that sense, it kind of reminds me a little bit of 2008 timeframe. Now, of course, I don't think it's going to be as bad as that, but back in 2008, and this is like the first thing I would recommend is we would do a bunch of workouts, and so literally sitting down at the table and negotiating with your lender to try to get an extension on the debt or change the terms or whatnot to continue to be able to survive as a commercial real estate property owner. In addition to that, sometimes those lenders just won't come to the table, and what we found is, unfortunately, you might have to default on the loan for them to actually come. Now, that obviously there's risk to that. I mean, there's additional fees and the potential risk of foreclosure. But what we found was sometimes you needed to go into default before the lenders would really sort of step up and take notice. Another potential option, of course, is to sell the property. I know that's often not ideal because if there's widening cap rates, you're selling at the low as opposed to the high, although it's still pretty solid in Central Texas or Texas in general. But it's certainly a possibility to get to if you're stuck with a refinance position where you can't get out of it. And then finally, sort of the last step we see is sending the property into bankruptcy to stop the foreclosure. But that's really a last resort. It can trigger bad boy provisions, and hence trigger personal liability, personal guarantees. And so, we generally don't promote that from our clients unless there's just significant equity in the deals where it it won't matter as much as you get the equity. But anyway, those are just a few of the options that are available. There's also alternative debt out there, right? And it might have different terms or things you might necessarily not want, but in these times that might be something to look forward to. We talk to a lot of lenders and a lot of debt folks, so if you're having this issue and you're kind of stuck in a refinance, a bad refinance position, give us a call and see if we can help, and we can hopefully help you out. Please subscribe to our blog, our YouTube channel, and our podcast, which is we're about to release another one, and we really do have some good clients to talk about. All right, thanks a lot.